I'm bagging this bitch!
Alright, hello there, Lanik here. So I'm bringing you with an update. Nothing major has changed, especially with the gear. Just a couple stuff with the body armor. I have put here a Fox Idol. It's basically given us the benefit of bonded bonuses, so we have a 5% extra quality to skills, and this is super powerful for our build because we already have quality on our gloves. And what quality is basically doing, for example, our Falling Thunder is getting more damage per power charge consumed. At the same time, Whirling Assault is getting some more attack speed, so it does help with the clearing faster. But the biggest upgrade is for Herald of Ice. We are getting even more AoE on it. So I'm even considering getting one of the hidden anointments on the amulet that gives you another 5% quality. So not really much has changed. I did put a soul core that is giving me 50% chance to gain extra power charges. Same with the helmet, as now we are generating power charges with Hollow Focus. I do think it's much better for mapping because we are constantly generating power charges with this setup. And just I put some extra damage with elemental so we can increase further our chill magnitude. So I'm sitting in base and base. I'm sitting at 13, 22%. Of course, while mapping, this goes basically to 50% due to all the buffs that we are getting from killing monsters, even with from charge staff or even headhunter. We are still converting all that damage thanks to Embitter to cold damage. So nothing special. I have been testing some different anointments. I have dropped the extra physical, but I think I'm gonna anoint that back because in the end, if you're doing 200% delirium and you run in a map that has monsters are armored, you're gonna have a harder time to break armor fully. and you're just gonna break your chain explosion. But I just did a map with breaches. Of course, it's overloaded with pack size, so it's much easier to chain everything. But still, I do believe it's just a safer option. So nothing really significant change with the gear, but there's a couple changes with our setup. So whole focus we're going to be using now for generating power charges. So I'll just take all of this off first of all, because there is a order that you need to do this. Because if you try to slap in culmination, you can't, and you can't put A-leaf chimes. You have to put living lightning first. I don't know why the reasoning, the spaghetti coding is behind this, but once you have living lightning on whole focus, you are allowed then to put culmination 2. And now because you have culmination 2, you are allowed to put in A-leaf chimes. So that's the order you need to put these in order for it to work. And that's all. This is all you need to start generating power charges. Of course, we will still want to increase this effect by putting charge perfusion 2. We do have a chance to even get frenzy charges and power charges. I mean endurance charges, but we are still getting endurance charges from armor break 3 on our Herald device while mapping. And finally, I'm putting recovery, cooldown recovery, so just they can spawn more often, to be honest. It does help a little bit in bosses. It's still not a perfect way to generate power charges for bosses, honestly. With that, I had a much easier time with Hand of Chayula, just basically. That's why I'm invested a little bit into chances of getting just extra additional power charges. But overall, still, we do have this node over here, so even if we generate only 5 power charges in a boss fight, we are still getting the full benefit of 6 power charges. Basically, I'm doing so much damage to bosses that I'm even forgetting to use my Hand of Chayula to have a little bit more damage with Sniper's Mark. It's just... the build is getting ridiculous, so I might even consider dropping Hand of Chayula. But honestly, if I would be doing a boss in a group party, I guess I would need this. I know, because I don't really do any group parties farming. Rolling assault, so I'm dropped efficiency 2. I just put in blindside for more damage, more crit chance. It is what it is. We always want more damage. Because why I did that, I'm using remnants now, mana remnants, and this is insanely good. Because while we're mapping, because I'm basically hitting stuff all the time, because we have such a big AoE with rolling assault, we are generating these mana remnants all the time, and we are moving forward. We are collecting these mana remnants, and what they also do, they increase my mana pool from like 966 to like 1400. So I'm never running low with mana thanks to mana remnants, and I do have harmonic remnants with remnants potency, and cartel rejuvenation is an interesting one. It's not really needed. It does have some higher cost of reservation. That doesn't really matter, but it does give you cooldown reduction. You can stack it up to 8 times. You have 80%, 40% cooldown reduction. And honestly, this can help also generate power charges because we are spawning more bells from Hollow Focus. And if we have 8 stacks while in a boss fight, we will be spawning more bells to destroy. But one thing has also changed. I have changed my Heart of the Well, because earlier we had here cold damage, extra cold damage with efficiency. I dropped efficiency basically because I don't, honestly, I really don't need it at this point with mana remnants. So I just got extra lightning damage, and that is also being converted to cold damage thanks to Embitter on Whirling Assault. So not that many changes. Hand of Chayula has changed, so Sniper's Mark is still here. I've put in cold exposure just so we can reduce the resistance. Charge Mark, this is basically creating, I think, shock ground, so we have a higher chance to shock. That's another 20% damage increase to bosses. Blind 2, just when we actually do hit Handle Chayula, we blind, so Falling Thunder is getting the benefit of blind side. Of course, we do have blind also on charge staff. And then internal mark, this is basically marks from supporter skills are not consumed when we first time activate them. Other than that, I do believe nothing really has changed that much with the build. There's just slightly some improvements, to be honest, some quality of life. Yeah, there's literally nothing on the passage tree that has changed except the jewel and just the mana remnants, to be honest. But you can also go to the website on the mobile. You'll see down here update 2. You want to click it. I have everything detailed through the changes I've made, what was added, what was removed. When you go to the change log, you can see everything that I have added, stuff I have removed. So everything here is updated 100%. And also, I am considering making a leveling guide for this build. Not a league starter, but basically if you are playing any other class and you would like to play a monk, I am considering to making a full leveling guide for this character. But that will depend how many people would be interested in something like that. I do plan to make a budget version, say under 10, maybe 20 divines, to see what I can be able to do with this character. Of course, on that scale of budget, we won't probably be having the same effect in 200% delirium, but I do believe we can get similar results in like normal maps. One thing I do want to add, because I'm having a lot of comments saying that my Herald of Ice is not doing the same stuff as my character is doing. There could be a couple reasons. When you basically take a Waystone, it doesn't matter honestly, but you have a Waystone here, you are able to get stuff like monsters are armored. If monsters are armored, then you have a harder time to fully break armor with your Herald of Ice. That's one thing. So if you're not fully breaking armor with your Herald of Ice, that means you're not going to be proccing armor explosion. At the same time, if you have any mods on the Waystone that increases ailment threshold, then you have a harder time chilling. So you have a harder time chilling with Rolling Assault because you have a lower magnitude of chill. That means you have a harder time to proc Herald of Ice at the same time. Elemental resistance could be also a problem. So if you are starting this build and you are one of those people that are asking me those questions, why isn't my Herald of Ice working? It could be one of those reasons. Second reason, it could be that you're lacking crit, to be honest, because this character is very crit you need quite a lot of crit. Currently, I'm sitting at 74, I think, percent, 72. Of course, while mapping, this goes up to 100%. So you do need to crit also. And even now that I have like 20% extra fizz, and from the Megalomaniac over here, another 10%. Yeah, 10%. So my Herald of Ice in base is in at 1500, 2600, to be honest. And that's pretty enough to do what I was doing, because either way I'm still getting a lot of buffs. It could be also thanks to Headhunter, because we are getting a lot of buffs, damage, movement speed, skill speed, or even the biggest, my favorite one, increase of AoE. At the same time, your Rite of Passage is giving you another damage increase with extra cold. The Primate one is a little bit more budget friendly. It does give you damage increase. It does give you, I think, all damage contributes to chill and freeze magnitude, something like that. You just don't get the 20% extra cold damage, to be honest. But it is cheaper, so I am planning to make a leveling guide for this video and a budget version, but that all depends on you guys, how many would be people interested in something like that. At the same time, I am even thinking and considering making some videos, what I'm farming, how I'm making my currency to make my characters. So if that's something you would be interested, just let me know either on my Discord channel or in the comments. And yeah, so that will be the update. So thank you for watching, and I do hope you enjoy the build. I'll see you in the next one.